Welcome to Tita Talks. My name is Sonia Tita Puopolo, and I'm your host. It is a great privilege and pleasure to welcome Dr. Lobsang Tenzin Negi. Dr. Negi is a professor of pedagogy, the executive director of the Center for Contemplative Science and Compassion-Based Ethics at Emory University, as well as the founder and spiritual director of the Lobsang Monastery in Atlanta, Georgia. Over the past 2 decades, Dr. Negi has been a pioneer of compassion training programs for adults and children. He was born in Kannur in northern India near Tibet, which is known as the land of apples and gods because of its natural beauty. Dr. Negi is a former monk who began his monastic training at the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics in Dharamsala and continued his education at the Lobsang Monastery in South India, where in 1994 he received the Geshe Larampa degree. In 1999, he completed his Ph.D. at Emory University. And today, we're talking about the healing power of compassion, a self-care tool for you. Welcome to Tita Talks, Dr. Negi. Lobsang.
Thank you for having me. It's so nice to see you, Tita, after so many years.
Thank you for being here. We're currently experiencing the greatest global transformation of our lifetime. This grand transformation permeates the well-being of every aspect of humankind. Wellness and self-care is at the forefront of this paradigm shift. Science-based evidence shows that the more wellness and self-care tools and techniques you have, and the more positive daily habits you embrace, then the more you not only learn about yourself, but the better life you will live. It is about empowering yourself with skills to live a happier and healthier life and a more harmonious life. I want to share an excerpt from my book, Sonia's Ring, 11 Ways to Heal Your Heart. Physical and spiritual well-being is necessary for life and growth. It is what helps to keep us alive, maintains and nourishes love, faith, hope, perseverance, compassion, and kindness. All of this is available for you. So reach out and grab what is yours. Is there any particular message that you would like to make sure that we communicate and share with our worldwide audience?
Thank you. Yeah, I would say just exactly as you said, these inner values, inner tools are, available for everyone. These are skills, that compassion is a skill, kindness is a skill, mindfulness is a skill, that forgiveness is a skill. We all have the innate capacities for this. No one is, without any, degree of compassion, because even the most hard kind of criminal or the seemingly sociopath and like that, there is a spark in their hearts for someone that in their lives, someone that maybe their own children, or the someone, if they're in the right kind of condition, that they do have the capacity. So we all have innate capacities. For most people have quite abundance actually for their loved ones, for their children, the parents, the friends, and so forth. But in today's world, we would benefit by expanding this. We have to expand the compassion. We have to deepen, and there are very time-tested tools that the traditions, the spiritual traditions have applied for millennia. Today, science is shedding light on those, demonstrating that how, there is a difference, that when someone practices for a few hours and someone who practices for 10,000 hours, or or someone who practiced for, who hasn't practice and someone who practice for a few, hours, 8 hours or the 8 weeks and like that, there are certainly, differences that you can see in their physiology, in their brain, circuits and like that. So therefore, it's a really wonderful to see how these positive, healthy mindsets we can learn. These are skills that we can cultivate, and that's why His Holiness the Dalai Lama, when I said that educating the heart and mind, the bringing these as teachings, in the curriculum, not as a religious value, because these are not religious values. These are basic human values. We need to stay away from making it as, a religious, because, that it's fine for certain people who resonate with religion and see the connection to compassion. That's wonderful. But since, there are many religions and many people also without religion, we need to find an approach that is universal.
Can you give us an example of what would be a compassion training? What would be an exercise that the listeners and the viewers could do if they want to? Just someone who not a practitioner who understands how to practice meditation or what could be an exercise that they could do as some first steps towards compassion?
Thank you so much for this question. Compassion, cultivating compassion, of course, depends on many factors. It's like you're growing a garden of flowers, that compassion. It has many ingredients. It needs the soil, the seed, the water, the sunlight, and so forth. Many, as more of those conducive conditions you have, those flowers will grow and, the bloom. But, for us as the practitioners to begin with, the learners it has to begin with personal experience, what compassion feels like. What does that feel like? So in the compassion training that we have, CBCT, Cognitive-Based Compassion Training, 8 modules. The first module is what we call connecting to a moment of nurturance, that connecting to a moment of nurturance. And that is, taking a moment to reflect, that a moment when you witness either receiving kindness, you received a kindness, compassion from someone, or you shared with your friend, someone, or you witness somebody sharing, that just taking a moment when, ideally, when you received, kindness. It can be just somebody giving you a really encouraging smile when you are giving a talk, feeling a little certain about the audience, how they receive and so forth. Just having someone sitting there to giving an encouraging nod, or that's when you are having a hard time, at the supermarket or anywhere that the person who is the cashiers does, telling you how you're doing, that's just the nice smile and like that, like that. Just few small moments can be or bigger. If what those exchanges, what those made you feel then, what you feel now when you remember, bringing your attention to what it feels like, you will feel that warmth now, so you can see that how, learning to kind of access those moments of connection, the tenderness, warmth, whether receiving or when you share it with your friend or someone that the other person, how they responded to your sharing. And that's what it's seeing, tasting what it feels like when you receive or share. And in there is what you begin to see the value of kindness. That is the beginning of this journey.
Yes, I love that. So, then not only, so if you can't find that from maybe someone else, then you could also do the same exercise, basically thinking about what was that main moment that you can connect with your own kindness and your own, like, when did you really nurture? So when we talk about self-care, it's really the choices, the connection, like you're talking about, that connection with yourself, the connection with your heart, the connection with your values, and how you can connect with yourself in that authentic, loving, nurturing, kind way, so that then to sort of recharge yourself to then connect with others. And
Exactly. That's it's inner work. It's really
yes.
kind of, having the taste of
Mm,
that moment of kindness, what it feels like. You can ask even like the little children, that when you
yeah.
do this exercise with the children to kindness drawing, that have the children think about, a moment of kindness. What was that like? And then that they can, think about, that I fell down and my, that the student who helped me get up, that I did not have a pencil when our teacher asked us to draw something, and then the student next to me, he broke his pencil to half and gave the half to me, and that was the moment of kindness for me. Let's draw that, let's
Wow.
what it feels, what it felt when that happened, how you feel about, that when you remember now, and then they can say that they can feel warm, they can feel good about them, where it feels
Yes.
just a certain warm glow and things like that. These are the ways that you can very, in a kind of visceral, in a felt way, come, to see what compassion, what kindness feels like. That's the, that when you taste, they have the personal experience or taste of that, then you don't need to hear from someone that compassion is good, really, it's very good. For yourself why compassion is so important. And then from there you can go into, as a social beings, that how much we depend on others' kindness for our food, for everything, that as a, can we survive without others, that like that. So then this is what we call the making compassion, value of compassion visible, that when you see that, then it obviously if something you value, that you would, want to embody it, you would want to see in the world also. That's where that you begin. Please do visit clearning.emory.edu, C-learning, social emotional learning.
Please.
At home, those the playbook for the children, particularly during the COVID situation, where they can do with, parents can work with their children. You can access, these are free, that people can access that from our website. For the adults, if they, they want to learn more about more systematically, this the CBCD is what, that you can access that the schedule for these programs from our website, compassion.emory.edu, the Center of Compassion, or compassionshift.emory.edu.
Thank you for joining us on Tita Talks. Thank you for discussing the healing power of compassion, a self-care tool for you. And for more information, please go to www.wellnessworldusa.com, www.titatalks.com, and follow us on Instagram at wellnessworldusa, at Tita Talks Official, at We Love Tita Talks, and at Sonia Tita Puopolo. And for more information about Dr. Lobsang Tenzin Negi's work, then please see as follows: www.driping.org, www.compassion.emory.edu, www.clearning.emory.edu, and www.compassionshift.emory.edu.